Hi, I'm David Ogrodowski, and me and a bunch of crazy filmmakers went out into the woods after a small blizzard in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at night with some firewood and a tent and some sleeping bags with one common desire, and that was to make a short film titled Fire. And the reason why we did this was because I think we were all really hungry to shoot something. Why else would filmmakers go out to the woods at night in winter and go shoot something? And also because I think we all felt that we had a good narrative, a good story to tell. So this is some quick, short questions answered by me about fire. The first question is, what was my inspiration for fire? I wish I knew the answer. The truth is, with me, I don't fancy myself to be a writer, even though I write a lot of stuff, because I don't actually have a lot of control over it. With me, it usually happens where I dream about it, I guess. And then I wake up in the morning and then I've got this thing in my head and it's like a little message in your inbox. Not every morning, but it just happens. And so then what I have to do is, back in the day, I would grab a piece of paper and start writing stuff down. But in this day with technology, I grab an iPhone and I just start reciting it out. And then when I'm done, I have to go back and read it and see what was it about. And that's the truth. That's really how pretty much any of it happens for me. After that, then I do start to craft it. I have to say, well, okay, this is junk. This makes sense. Why did I say a whole paragraph just to say one line here? Fix this, fix that. So the fact of the matter is, it was yet another one of those types of situations where I dreamt it or whatever, and I woke up the next morning, it was in my head, and I spit it out on my iPhone. Why Jeff Grinnell? So we cast Jeff Grinnell. My reasons were very simple. I believe I wrote it for him because I know that it's something that I had imagined I would like to do with him. He and I met on a set in Central Ohio of a Western pitch production that didn't ultimately go anywhere, but there was a lot of great actors on the set, and writers, producers, directors, a lot of really wonderful people pouring their hearts into this thing in the middle of winter. And it was a fun production, and made a lot of friends at that event, definitely. But Jeff and I really hit it off, and I felt a quick, close bond with him, and I knew at once that I wanted to work with him again. You get a feeling with people that you work with, and you're like, I like this person a lot. If I work with him again, that's great. If I don't, I can move on. But other people's like, boy, I would really like to do something with this person. And Jeff was definitely that person. And the idea was to see if we could find the right script for it. And then my dream happened, and I woke up and I looked at what I wrote, and I said, that's Jeff. That's for Jeff, And I pitched it to Jeff. He said he liked the idea. And then we talked back and forth about trying to change it a little bit that way, a little bit this way. And next thing you know, I had what I consider to be a mostly complete script. Usually when it's complete for me, my responsibility is to put it in front of someone else and get some other voices in on it. And Wes took a look at it. My friend Kevin Hanna took a look at it, and I think we narrowed it down and got it to the script that we shot. But Jeff Grinnell, I wanted to work with him. This thing came out of my head, and I was like, this is for Jeff. and that's why Jeff Grinnell is the character in this film. So another question was, were we trying to make this from the get-go for the Wounded Warriors, and where do we want to go with that, and how is that going to be involved? So the sad truth is, no, it was. I don't have any control over my writing, so I can't just like sit down and say, okay, so we're going to write this for a Wounded Warriors project. It's not like that. It just comes out, but after I wrote it, and we brought Jeff, and Jeff is actually a vet, we realized that we had a story about homelessness in America and homeless veterans in America. No, didn't know it going in. I really didn't. It just doesn't work like that for me. But once we got to the tail end of it and we were getting ready to go shoot it, and we set up for it, I realized that we did have something, and I think we have something very powerful. I think we shot something beautiful, and it will shine a hard light on the subject matter, and I realized that this maybe could in some way help shine a light on these issues, and maybe inspire people to want to help, want to contribute, whether money or time, to veterans who are homeless. And I'm in support of that, absolutely. If I can use I'm not a veteran, I am an artist. I am an artist, and I have the freedom to be an artist thanks to veterans, thanks to the commitments that they've made, to the sacrifices they made to give me the freedom to be an artist. And so I am forever grateful for their sacrifice so that I can continue to make art. I don't feel that I'm deserving of such a thing. But if that's the case, that's the trade-off, then if I can make my art in some way be helpful to them and other greater causes, then certainly I'm going to do that. So another question was the scheduling. Wes and I both know, of course, Wes and I have been talking about this project for about a year and a half, a couple of the other guys too that were involved, and we knew we needed it to be actually winter. We knew it needed to be actually cold. We knew we needed actual snow, which is tough for an independent filmmaker to show up and go shoot in the snow, in the cold, at night, in the dead of winter. It's no easy sacrifice, but it's a big pain in the ass, that's for sure. But we knew we needed to, because we wanted to see, when we're talking, we wanted to see that breath coming out, to emphasize the harshness of the circumstances due to the harsh nature of the narrative. And Wes sent me a message about 5 days before filming. We had not scheduled to film yet. We hadn't planned anything yet. We knew we wanted to ultimately. And he said, it's going to snow on Sunday. Want to see if we can't put this thing together and shoot it? And I was like, well, let's see if we can't get the team together and pull it off. And so I sent a message to Jeff. Jeff's coming all the way in from Central Ohio. It was a 3.5 hour drive to come in. It's no easy thing to just show up in Pittsburgh 2 days later. But he said, yeah, I could do it. And it was a Tuesday night too. So it's not even a weekend. We were really sacrificing hard. Some of those guys were going to work the next day. I said, Jeff's in. You think we can get Kukler? Yeah, spoke to Kukler. Kukler was off on Monday, but he switched it to Tuesday, and he said, okay, yeah, I'm in. And Latasia's a fireball. She can find a way to do it if it's a good project. She shows up, and when she shows up, you better watch out. You better make sure you're walking a straight line, because if you aren't, she'll make sure you are. And then Sam Diggs signed on to be the director. That's a tough choice to choose to be a director in a project that I produced, that I wrote, because I'm a big pain in the ass to deal with. And anybody who says, all right, fine, I'll deal with Dave, is somebody I admire. And so Sam showed up, and
I made him work for it for sure, and his sacrifice created what I think is a beautiful story. So the fact of the matter is, we had not been planning it for months in advance. We just knew it was going to snow. We knew it was going to be. We wanted it to be nighttime, and we took a shot. And 7-ish of us, Roger Gillick was there, showed up, and Sarah Nicole Burke. She did makeup work. Can't go into detail about with regard to what. Dan James showed up to do some drone work, some amazing drone work. And Natasha, Wes, and Sammy, we showed up and we shot it in the dead of winter, at night, 20-ish something degrees, in the snow. And it's called Fire, and I hope you'll get a chance to see it. I guarantee you, we'll find a way to get it up on a movie screen somewhere in Pittsburgh. Also going to try to chase some festivals with it, because I think it is more powerful than a lot of stuff I've done in the past. I feel like it is a next tier thing, and so hopefully you'll see it on festivals along with my baby, Absolved, which is also going to be in a lot of festivals this year. Look for Absolved in a lot of festivals this year, and I think Fire will be there as well. Thank you, Wes, for inspiring me to do this. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully I didn't sound too full of myself. I love you all. Be safe.